Okay. So, I was hoping to get this done before Thor: The Dark World came out, but what can you do? You might be wondering, who the hell is this? Or if you're watching this on his channel, who the hell am I? Well, this is Esquog. You may know him as from the credits of Disney's sequel month. He basically helped me write all of that.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Awful, but fun.
Boxing How to...
Oh, you need to stop right now.
Oh, and the stuff we watched besides that. We watched other ones.
And if you're watching this on my channel, this is Nordy. You can look him up on YouTube, and also you got a Blip TV.
Actually, no, that got taken down.
Ah!
I don't know why, but Blip just doesn't like not people who aren't doing it for money anymore.
Ah!
I don't know why. So, all my videos will be on YouTube, and if they can't fit on YouTube, I put them on Vimeo.
Boom!
So, yeah. Want a link to his description? I'll put it down. Want a link to his channel? I'll put it down in the description.
Words, Nordy, what words?
Yeah, I know. This is why I edit, but this isn't being edited very much.
Yeah!
So, with Thor: The Dark World released right now, it was a couple of days ago. When you see this, it could have been 3 weeks, I don't know. Depends on how well my computer works. We decided to do our top 10 favorite comic book movies, because there are a lot of them, especially like in the past decade.
Yeah, especially there's a lot of them that you don't think are based on comics, like Blade and all those things that, you know, the common media isn't aware that they're based off comics.
Yeah, how many of you knew that Wanted was based on a comic? Until I reviewed it.
Yeah.
Well, if you actually read the damn thing. But... So, I don't want to edit too much, so do you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
I'll go first, I guess.
Okay.
My number 10 is the 1979 Captain America with Red Brown.
So that isn't the Heil Hitler one that the critic reviewed?
No.
Okay.
This is...
Never seen this one. Never even heard of this.
This one is... It's the only one on my list that's it's so bad it's good kind of movie. It's, Red Brown in the 70s was notorious for acting just as the guy who screams, like, ah! That's like who Red Brown is. So they put him in as Captain America, and it's so bad. He doesn't embody anything Captain America stands for. Like,
justice in the American way.
At 2 separate occasions, he fools his companion he's with, because, like, he's driving in a car with them. Number one, he's driving in a car with somebody else, and he goes, "Hey, pull over, I'm feeling sick," or something. And then he steals the car from them.
Are you sure this isn't the 1991?
No, this is 1979.
Oh.
Red Brown.
So, the 1991 ripped this off.
Yeah.
Wow.
But, it's awful.
Is it on YouTube, or...?
I'm not sure, but the best part about this is his Captain America, you know, his vibranium shield, that, you know, the thing that nothing can go through. In this it's a piece of plastic. And, you know, when he throws it, it's hilarious, because they show him throwing it, and number one, it looks like a frisbee. Number two, when it hits the bad guy, they don't even put a sound effect in to make it sound like metal or anything. All you just hear is like a plastic thump. And so I'm like, oh my god, why would you do that?
So this is the equivalent of that, like, 1994 Fantastic Four movie that Roger Corman did?
Yeah, it's just awful.
But it's awesome.
It is, and that's the same thing. Red Brown is an amazing actor, the same way, you know, like, Sylvester Stallone is an amazing actor. Like, we love him, we don't know why, but we do.
Well, yeah, check that out. It's gotta be a public domain.
Yeah.
Alright, my number 10 is actually more well known. It's the 1989 Batman, directed by Tim Burton.
No, that's the first one in his series, right?
Not counting the Adam West one, where he fights a rubber shark and can't get rid of a bomb.
Yeah, some days you can't get rid of a bomb.
But
Fantastic.
the reason I just like this is it doesn't even try to be like realistic, like the more recent Batman movies. It is a comic book movie. It's dark, it's gritty, I love Michael Keaton as both Batman and Bruce Wayne, and Jack Nicholson as the Joker is hilarious. That scene where he's like interrogating those, what is it? I believe it's the mobsters, and he just takes a shock thing and he literally electrocutes a guy and then starts talking to him. It's like, I don't know why, I just find that unbelievably creepy, but also hilarious.
Yeah, that's the MO behind the Joker. Like the whole world's a joke, and he wants people to see it. And like, you're sitting there watching Jack Nicholson, especially, and he just shocks somebody. You're just like, I did not expect that, but that's still pretty funny, you know.
I mean, yeah, the reason it's number 10 is that until he turns into the Joker, the movie is kind of boring. I do like the fact that it's an origin story that tells its story. It doesn't just start out with the origin. Because I'm not a big fan of just watching a first half of the movie where it's the hero becoming the hero, which is why I like this over something like big origin story. Batman Begins, I guess. Yeah. I like this more than Batman Begins,
so you like it when they're established already.
Yeah, and it's
as
sort of
opposed to like the first
15
Spider-Man movies.
I like that. Well, sometimes the origin story can be good. There are a couple of origin stories on the list, I'll say that. But the reason I like it, what they did is they told it, the origin, throughout the movie. Like, about 20 minutes in, we start to figure out what happened to his parents, then we find out how he became, we found out why he had a fear of bats, or why he became the Batman. So it's like, we get the origin, we just aren't watching the first half of the movie about it, which I like. I like that more than what they did in Man of Steel. I didn't hate Man of Steel, but you won't see it on this list.
Shaky cam. The shaky cam needs to stop.
It wasn't even just that, it was just a very meh movie, but Batman, love the way it looks. Some of it's dated. Yes, the Prince music, I kind of like it, but it is dated. And I just love it.
When you get to Batman and Robin, you get Seal. Ooh.
I barely even remember.
Yeah.
I own that for some reason. I just got it in the 4-pack. Just move on.
Alright, my number 9 is, again, another movie that people don't really like, per se, but I love. It's the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
I've heard of that. That's the Sean Connery one.
Yeah, that's when Sean Connery and there's a bunch of other actors in it, but it's based off a comic that I haven't had a chance to read myself, but I've always been really interested in it. I like the concept of like historical figures from history being these type of superheroes that can, save the world if needed, that call upon the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. They're not superheroes per se, but they are.
Like, who are some of the main characters?
There's like I can't remember if it's Huckleberry Finn or Tom. It's Tom Sawyer. Tom Sawyer is one of them.
Is he still a kid?
No, he's like, I would say he's a little bit older than us, I guess, like mid-20s somewhere. Then there's the Invisible Man, and then Dr. Jekyll's in there. So like historical figures from history and myths are there, and it's fantastic. It's a wonderful movie. Like, it could have been executed a lot better, but
like, as far as fun goes,
as far as fun and like cinematic execution goes, it could have been a lot better. But as far as you introducing us to the characters, telling us who they are, what they do, they did a pretty decent job.
Didn't that kill Sean Connery's career?
Yeah, pretty much.
My God, what have I done?
But you know what? It may have killed his career, but I still like it. And plus, one of my favorite books from Oscar Wilde, A Picture of Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray is one of the characters, and it's really the mechanic of Dorian Gray in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is really weird, cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If you don't know what A Picture of Dorian Gray is, it's a book by Oscar Wilde, and it's a man who retains his youth by having a picture of him, and anytime he ages or gets hurt, the picture takes the age away and it takes the wounds away. So in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, he's essentially invincible. I mean, he's not super strong or anything, but he's invincible, which goes pretty far in a world of extraordinary gentlemen instead of superheroes. So
you haven't read the comics, but you kind of want to.
I do want to read the comics.
That's what a really good comic book movie should do. These ones actually do make me want to read them.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we get higher on the list.
Oh, yes.
My number 9 is X2, X-Men United.
Ooh.
I just watched all the X-Men movies this year, like just before summer, except for the Wolverine movies. I haven't heard good things about Origins, and I just haven't gotten around to watching the Wolverine yet. But I did like the first, but I did think it was dated. I thought the villain's plan was weird. It's like, but X2 I just really liked. I loved the social allegory, all about the homosexuals. I guess that's what it's supposed to be about. Mutants are supposed to be an allegory for homosexuals. I love that kind of stuff.
If you want to read into it.
Yeah,
Or they
in the
mutants.
early, it was like the comics were made in the early '60s, so it was based on, I don't know, African Americans.
Yeah, something like that. Something about extreme segregation.
Yeah, basically. So it was used to be African women, then African Americans, gays. No, the only people who haven't had their chance are rich white males.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're next, rich white males. Or maybe we'll become rich white males soon. I don't know. But yeah, I love the action. I love pretty much every character. Especially Magneto. I was blown away by his plan to escape from prison. Like, that was actually kind of genius.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. It was kind of weird at first because I didn't know what was going on. All of a sudden, like, Mystique's just injecting stuff into this guy, and I'm like, whoa there, whoa. But then I saw what happened. I'm like, you had too much iron in your diet. And I had a good time. I had a good time. It was fun.
Mind blown.
Mind blown. It was really cool. Although it's pretty unfortunate what happened to that guy. That's a crappy way to go.
Yeah. The only reason it isn't really higher is because everything in the movie's good, but it's not quite. The other ones on the list may have more flaws, but the stuff that's good in them is like better. Mm-hmm. So that's the only reason it's number 9.
Right.
3 isn't on this list. No, did not like 3.
Like
some people I could see why. Personally, I thought it was kind of boring. All right, 8.
8. This one's actually on my list because it's one of the darkest movies I've seen, and it's fantastic. It's the Watchman.
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, the Watchman is fantastic. If you read the comics are dark. If you watch the movie, the movie's really dark. It's just.
I heard it's like really faithful, except for like the ending.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. It's pulled off really well. The characters are portrayed in a fantastic manner. My favorite being the comedian. If you could look to your left there, I have a poster of him.
Ah.
My favorite character is the comedian. He's just like he's kind of like the Joker, but except like the anti-hero. Whereas Joker's the villain, the comedian's the hero. He knows the whole world's a joke and laughs and shrugs it off just like the Joker does, but he does it on the other side of justice.
So he makes a ban on the Joker?
Yeah, except he kind of rapes a girl technically, but it's fine. The heroes of the Watchmen are anti-heroes at best. Like Rorschach is definitely the brooding anti-hero. The comedian is definitely wishy-washy as a hero at best. Mr. Manhattan is certainly a wishy-washy hero at best.
That's the blue guy with the big dick.
No, he doesn't have a big dick. He has a big bulge, and there's a difference.
I guess I haven't seen the movie.
No, he's
Zack Snyder did that, right?
I think Snyder did do that.
Like between 300 and Man of Steel.
Mm-hmm. But it was an amazing movie. It was dark. It captured the essence of the comics almost perfectly.